NBA doubleheader on deck. But Teddy, the more interesting stuff. Remember a whole taboo about, hey, we can't have any gambling states host any of these major tournaments. Something's going to be up with it. Well, as we see today, NCAA rescinds the ban on title events and betting states. Hello, Final Four Las Vegas.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. As someone who's seen, like, if you remember, 15 years, wasn't like 100 years ago. It's since I've been in Vegas. I mean, the NCAA was suing Vegas. There was bills to ban college sports betting. That the NCAA, they brought all the coaches. Remember Dean Smith testifying on Capitol Hill? Huh? The new world now. Bye-bye all of that garbage. Hello, Final Four in Vegas. This is awesome, and it speaks volumes about the hypocrisy that used to exist that doesn't exist anymore. Thank you, Supreme Court. Thank you for legalizing sports betting so the other 49 states get to have as much fun as we've had in Vegas for the last 50 years.
Yep, what a destination. NFL draft coming obviously next year. The Final Four will be there as well as we can probably think the college football playoff will be centered in Las Vegas in a short amount of time. Also, let's start on the NBA hardcourt last night, Teddy, and interesting. Hey, we talked about it. The line flipped in this one. Raptors open up plus 1.5, shift to minus 1.5 by game time. The Sixers took it to the Toronto Raptors last night. Joel Embiid was fantastic. Outside of Kawhi and Siakam, not so much going on the Raptors side. I thought Nick Nurse would have a good game plan coming into 3. They're really going to have to regroup because game 4 on Sunday, you can't go down 3-1.
Well, you can go down 3-1 if you're not expecting to win the series. But even down 3-1, it's not hopeless for Toronto. They get 2 of the final 3 at home if they lose game 4 on Sunday. So the one they got to steal, game 6 back in Philly. I know the Raptors are going to do that, but I'm saying that for all the must-win is when you have 3 losses already. And Toronto only has 2 so far, but it feels like they're going to have 3. What did we say on yesterday's show? We say if you blindly bet against line moves, a 3-point line move that's not injury-related, an NBA playoff game, you're likely to make money. Well, that was Philly last night. And what do we say? The guy I'm pointing my finger at continues to be Kyle Lowry. You know, when Kyle Lowry was badly outplayed again last night. This isn't the first postseason that Kyle Lowry's been badly outplayed. And when Van Vliet's not getting the job off the bench and Lowry's not getting the job at the point, guess what? Toronto's not winning games. Last night, not even close for Raptor backers.
We take a look at game 4 heading up on Sunday in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center. You know, you got to take the numbers are not emotional. A lot of these Las Vegas offshore books put out. The numbers are the numbers, as we like to say. And we took a look at a game where the Sixers thoroughly dominated from start to finish, Teddy. Then on Sunday, we look and say, wait a second. The Raptors once again are favored by 1. We saw the same exact thing in the Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks series. First game, 7.5, 8 points. Celtics went easy. They hang the same number. People running to the window. Oh, my goodness. The Celtics should destroy them again. This is free money. So take a second here, Teddy, to talk about when these numbers come out. They're there for a reason. It's not because we just watched a game where this team was really good, so we're going to make the Sixers minus 6.5 in this next game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, the point spreads are based on mathematical models. Okay, the point spread for game 4 is already set before game 3 is in the books. Then they'll adjust, they'll tweak slightly, but you're never going to see a dramatic difference from one game to the next. The markets might push the money one way or the other and might create a big line move, but when you talk about openers, when you talk about where the books are going to post these numbers, these 2 teams have the power ratings, Team A, Team B, whatever series we're talking about. And the point spreads are going to be based off of those power ratings, and those power ratings aren't going to change a whole lot over the course of a 4 or a 5 or a 6 or even a 7-game series. Hence, what you saw in the first game, saw something pretty close in the second game. What you're going to see in game 3, you're going to see pretty close again in game 4, obviously based on the home courts.
Nice NBA doubleheader coming up a little bit later in the show here as we talk with Watch What You Bet. But we're going to talk a little bit of baseball, a little bit of history here, Teddy. Thor on the mound yesterday. Syndergaard, sensational. Complete game shutout, 10 strikeouts. And oh, yeah, the Mets did score 1 run, and it was off the bat of Noah Syndergaard with a home run. First time, Teddy, since 1983 that this happened. And coincidentally, it happened also against the Reds. Not a lot of offense in the series for the New York Mets or the Cincinnati Reds here, but an interesting and dominant performance by Thor.
Well, I mean, clearly it's a problem for Cincinnati. I mean, it happened in 1983, and then it happened in 2019. That's the only 2 times it's happened. So it's a Reds issue. Yes, I'm joking. Syndergaard, let's give him credit. That's impressive. I never did that. You ever done that? You know,
No.
pitch a shutout and hit a home run for the only run of the game? That's pretty cool. They don't call him Thor for nothing. And as you mentioned, back-to-back 1-0 games for the Mets and the Reds. Offense not easy to find at Citi Field over the course of the last couple of days.
Teddy, 145th Kentucky Derby is going to take place on Saturday. And what do we do here at sportsbookreview.com? We're going to take good care of you here. Do have a special promo coming up, Triple Crown. Sign up at Bovada and get a $20 deposit bonus as long as you use the code BOVKD20. Nice, easy. Everybody's going to be betting tomorrow. Do yourself a favor. Check in with Bovada. Get the free $20. A complete loaded page just for the Kentucky Derby right here from sportsbookreview.com, Teddy.
Yeah, it's certainly the type of opportunity. If you want to bet the Derby, take advantage of it. What, free $20? Can't go wrong with that. What's that promo code again, Donnie? You got it right in front of you.
Promo code BOV as in Bovada, KD as in Kentucky Derby, and 20. Very simple. Punch it in. We'll be ready to go. The favorite, Teddy, Omaha Beach scratch from the race. But here, the Westgate Sportsbook has opened the new favorites, as I should say, is what do we got here? Game winner 9-2, Roadster 9-2, Improbable Maximum Security, Tacticus all at 6-1. But let's keep this in here, Teddy. The one thing that always gives some people some problems in any sport that you have, when the rains and the weather come in, you might be able to find some value here.
And of course, we've seen derbies run in the rain each of the last 2 years. The reports I'm hearing say this track's the worst of the bunch. It's supposed to rain all day Friday, supposed to rain all day Saturday. It's not going to be pretty. So when you're doing your handicapping for the race, make sure you find a mutter. And of course, Omaha Beach was the best mutter of the bunch, supposedly. The chalk, he scratched. The one horse that I keep hearing about is Improbable. And again, I know nothing about horse racing, but I do know people that do know something about horse racing. And Improbable, a Baffert horse at 6-1, is one that I've been hearing bounced around town a fair bit over the last couple of days. You may want to take a shot with him. As for long shots, when you have a field like this, where there's a bunch of favorites, but no clear favorite. The one clear favorite's out of the race. It's going to be nasty conditions. Maybe take a shot with a long shot. The two that I've been recommended, number 13, Code of Honor, number 14, Win. That's a pretty good name for a horse if he's going to place or show. Even better if he's going to win.
Yeah, should be some fun here. We'll keep track of that and all that much more over the weekend here right at sportsbookreview.com. As we said with the Bovada code BOVKD20. Check in with SBRodds.com all weekend long for everything. Teddy, look, we say it's hard to cap, obviously, the Kentucky Derby. But I do feel bad sometimes with the pundits out there and the cappers that get after NHL hockey, because I would just pull my hair out at this point. Every single game seems like it comes down to a pivotal point. The winner does this. There's no momentum. Your best momentum the next day is the goalie. Both games last night, the Bruins and the Avalanche, both even their series up at 2. Bruins win on the road in Columbus 4-1 and head back to Boston. The Avalanche shut out the Sharks 3-0 and head back to San Jose. It just seems like hockey, Teddy, just always destined for Game 7s, isn't it?
There's a whole lot of them, more in hockey than in any other sport, and wouldn't be surprised if we see a few more in this year's postseason. There's a randomness to hockey when it comes to how hot the goalie is and what shots get in. And it's not, how many shots you get on goal. It's not how will you play for the game. It's how good did your goalie do at stopping a couple of point-blank shots, or did you hit the post on this one or that one? I've never been a huge hockey bettor. I know guys that do very well betting hockey, but it's not one that's ever been in my wheelhouse. Worth noting, if you've been betting on the underdogs in the postseason, they have a winning straight up record, let alone the plus prices attached to those underdogs. Not a bad betting strategy moving forward, even if you haven't been able to take advantage of it thus far in the NHL playoffs.